looking for people that have been with me.
All right, some obvious names we can throw out there. We'll get to them inside of 5 minutes. That was Mark Anderson with the AP asking the question about the staff. Pete Carroll. We'll have more Coach Carroll here in just a couple minutes. Willie, Cofield, Griffin, Findlay Toyota Studios on a Monday. Findlay Toyota. Big game watch party. One of the great spots we hang out on Fridays. They got one at TI. Golden Circle will be open. Just get there early. But if you want to go over to a little more VIP and your food and drink are covered, Gillies at Treasure Island. All you can eat and drink, under $200 a head. Reserve your spot now at GilliesLasVegas.com. Doors open at 1. All you can eat and drink. Doors open at 1. I've been to some of those where the doors open at 1.
They carry you up.
Fourth quarter is a challenge. Actually, I think I might get this worked up. I have 2 weeks to get this hyped, and talking to Kansas City people, I think will really set me off, seeing how obnoxious they get the next couple of weeks. I will tell you the last all you could eat, all you could drink I went to that opened at 1 was downtown, and it was Eagles and Patriots, and I still have the picture of me dropping to my knees and crying. I just couldn't take Tom Brady and Belichick anymore. And I wept tears of joy.
You wept.
It was weeped. I like weeped.
The SO should keep a dolly in the trunk so she could just wheel you in.
We have a wheelchair. We have a scooter. No, you can't. You wouldn't be able to carry me on the scooter. We have a wheelchair. She snapped the ankle. Still have the wheelchair.
Might need it.
Doubtful. And by the way, I wasn't even drunk at that one. I just started crying. That was all a big setup. Like I only cried because I was hammered. Nah. Very emotional, man. These things get very emotional. Football is life. Football is life.
The only reason why you might be crying after the Super Bowl is because season's over.
That is sad. And yet there's the hope that my team, the Jets, always bring in the draft. It always turns out magic. No, it really doesn't. So
no, that's
yep. Life is football. Football is life. It doesn't always work out. But for Chiefs fans right now, you sons of bitches, things are going pretty well. So good for you. And you know what? The Eagles are in this great run. We're going to talk about, where this game sits in history. I want to do a little more research on this. I think it is actually two of the, even though the Chiefs had some close wins this year, it is two of the best, we'll say, organizations. Certainly now, right? But in history with their run, Eagles going back to Reed, this has been a long run, and the Chiefs are in a long run, are going to continue in a long run. And that whole thing about fatigue, I think people will get over it. You know what Super Bowl I hated? Man, the last time the Cowboys and Steelers, it was getting so old. Yeah, no one ever says that, do they? No one ever says that. The Steelers and Cowboys of the 70s. It's like every matchup was great. No one ever says they had fatigue. That really is part of our
there was only 2
over analysis,
right?
I think there were 3.
One
we can look it up
earlier in the 70s, but you know what it was because the Cowboys made it against the Broncos.
Yes,
and then
somehow the Broncos slipped through with that.
Then the Steelers came through, and then they beat the Rams in Ferragamo.
Yeah,
so it was more or less. But but you're right. It was just the fact that it was one of those two, if not against one another.
There was no fatigue.
No,
but they're all, back then there also wasn't, you can get sports fatigue because it's on all the time. I don't, but I could see people like, oh, we just have to hear about the Chiefs every freaking day. There's been dominant eras where a couple of teams are the teams and then a few others mix in. Right now, it feels like no one else is ever going to mix in again with the Chiefs. You hope the Raiders can dent the Chiefs a little bit coming up here. They hire Pete Carroll. He talks today. Spytech speaks as well. Here's Adam Hill. I don't think you hear Adam on this. Here's Adam Hill asking Pete Carroll. I mean, he's 73 years old. Walk off into the sunset. You're a young guy. Why keep doing this?
It's never been about accomplishments. It's never been about that. It's about the game and loving it and playing I really have realized again in this year, that when you get a year to take a step away from it, it's incredibly valuable. My last time I stepped away from it was the year after New England. I stayed out a year, and the next thing that happens, I went to USC. And to me personally, that the rest was history. It hasn't been about trying to win the championship games so that I can put that banner or that ring in my drawer. It's not about that. It's about competing. It's about being the best you can possibly be with what you have to work with, and taking on the challenges of it, and all of the that goes into making that happen for the players. It's the relationships with the players. It's building the mentality that everybody that comes to our program has a unique quality that makes them them. And I'm going to try to figure out what that is and find a way to bring that to the surface. And in doing so, you give everybody the chance to be as good as they can possibly be. That's what this is about to me. And so it hasn't been about just the rings. It's been about much more than that.
I love that. Teaching, molding, blending. By the way, Pittsburgh and Dallas did meet just twice in the 70s. 75 season, 76 Super Bowl, 78 season, 79. Steelers took out the Vikings, and as you said, Vince Ferragamo's Rams. That was not the Ram it. That team was a little later. But Pete Carroll on what it means to be a coach and why you continue to go. Dude loves it. He loves teaching. And the other thing is the camaraderie, the brotherhood, You can see it when you watch sports. And if you get close to teams, you can see it. That's why coaches, a lot of them, they just keep going. Yeah, I mean, especially now with health advancements, right? Modern technology. I mean, Willie's he's like 55 going on 36 with this new knee. Gonna get the new throat soon. It's all gonna be good.
Yeah,
it's actually not a new throat, but right? No one watched that today, and they're like, "Hey, cramps." I watched it. I'm like, Jesus, wish I looked that good. He's got 18 years on me, 19 years.
You see the hair on that guy?
Man, it's full head of hair.
Full head of hair.
Skin. I didn't see any bags under his
nothing
eyes.
stressful.
I didn't see any bags.
I know his friggin' skin.
Yeah.
I was looking at that too. I look at weird stuff now as I get older. I'm eyeing him up and down. I was absorbing what he was saying, but I'm like, this guy.
You got it. I mean, Steve.
I could see why the Raiders, when they interviewed him, they're like, he still got it.
I think it's something that you should consider with your new roles, especially on basketball, and not those roles with UNLV basketball and football, is you need to think about deep pore cleansing.
Deep what? Pore?
Pore.
Okay.
We're talking pores?
I got to go to Pahrump for the other one.
Well, you said skin.
What the hell's going on here? Pore.
Yeah, pore. Pore.
Pore. Yeah. That's not what it sounded like.
Well, clean the blackheads out.
I know. I need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
I'll talk to the SO.
All right. How about the staff? Let's get the long answer on the staff. You heard about 10 seconds of it. Pete Carroll certainly is going to lean on guys, we think, that have been part of the tree. By the way, his tree goes way back. I was looking back to 2010. It may not seem that long ago, or even go back to the USC days. He has worked with a ton of talented people.
We're in the midst of getting started. I mean, like John and I, we're just getting started at it. However, we have been talking to some people, and we're going to try to put this thing together. I'm really looking for people that have been with me, that understand the philosophy to some extent. I want guys that have never been around me before, so that they have to learn what we're all about, and we can watch the process of them learning who we're all about and what we expect. And then I'm hoping that we can maintain some of the terrific coaches that are on the staff too. So we can have the benefit of the insights that they bring and the continuity that they can generate for us. So it's a combination of people that we're looking for. But it's all going to fall back into the same theme. We want ball people. We want guys that love the game. And I mean, that's obviously, if nothing else, we've hammered that home today, Johnny. So that's, we want to make sure that we do that. Also, it's important to find people that can help us grow, and challenge us. And those also, I know in my history, I need people to keep me on track. As you can tell, I get pretty juiced up and I'm going to get going. I need people to keep me balanced. That's why Glenn has been so important over the years to keep me rolling. But so it'll be a combination to get that done if we do it well, and it's out there for us. And we've got a lot of people that are really interested. So we got to do a great job of that.
Keep them on track. Keep them learning. I like that. Little delegation. How about that?
It's something that a good coach counts on, and that's to be able to, delegate authority on the whole. And here's what I want to do, but be confident enough to not interfere and micromanage with your coordinators. And that's why I think he needs to hire former Raiders defensive coordinator, former Chargers defensive coordinator, former
New blood.
Seahawks. He said he wants someone familiar.
Come on.
Bring in the creator of the Legion of Boom, Gus Bradley.
Remy Martin is the official cognac of the JT the Brick Show. When you're celebrating any of your team's victories, celebrate with Remy Martin Cognac, XO, VSOP, and 1738. Remy Martin, team up for excellence.
I'm Eli Manning.
And I'm Peyton Manning. We want to tell you about the Caesars Sportsbook Nevada app with Caesars Rewards.
You can instantly redeem your Caesars Reward credits for sports bets right on the app.
You can also use the Caesars Reward credits earned on the app for meals and experiences at 15 resorts across the state, including the Bacchanal Buffet at Caesars Palace.
Don't forget those tier credits. With your wagers on the Caesars Sportsbook Nevada app, you can unlock free parking and much more.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, it's Steve Mann. Have you heard the commercials for the Mark Patrick Stop Smoking seminars? And they said only $49.99 and it could work for you. So I thought, that's not even a week's worth of smoking. So I went. And guess what? It did work for me. My friends and family are still amazed. I quit smoking. I didn't have cravings, anxiety, or weight gain. Listen, I don't know how it works, but I know it works because I'm living proof, and it's 100% guaranteed. So what do you got to lose? I'll tell you what you got to lose. A very bad habit.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Early bird special, only $49.99 guaranteed. Hypnosis designed to work without anxiety, irritability, or weight gain. Early bird special, only $49.99. Become a non-smoker. That's right. Seminar is Thursday, February 6th at the Santa Fe Station Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Stop smoking seminars at 8 p.m. Weight loss seminar at 5:30. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Friendly Ford is now the #1 EV dealership in Nevada. Friendly knows EVs, and Friendly's loaded with them. All the trim levels, the colors, the options, and battery configurations you're looking for. New F-Series trucks or expeditions. Get up to $12,000 off MSRP. Friendly Ford, easy to get to on North Decatur, just off the US 95, or shop 24/7 at friendlyfordlv.com.
Always see Ford credit prices after tax fees at $599. Ford's Ford Motor Company.
If it's for the truck, give us a call. We've got it.
Hey, Vegas. At For the Truck, we always offer our first responders and military a 10% discount. Are you ready to take your truck to the next level? For the Truck is giving everyone 10% off all Line-X spray and bed liners. And remember, gift cards are available at For the Truck.
If it's for the truck, give us a call. We've got it. 702-840-4400.
When you need cash, how quickly can LendingStore.com connect you to a lender faster than this commercial? Whether you need cash for a medical bill, groceries, or rent, LendingStore.com's network of lenders makes it quick and easy. In less time than this ad, you can fill out a few fields at LendingStore.com and find out if a lender can get you $500 to $5,000 as early as tomorrow. So visit LendingStore.com today for details. See website for details. Lending Store is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. It's not available in all states.
Running a business gets more complicated every year, so you need a trusted advisor in your corner, especially when it comes to your workers' comp program. Pro Group Management has been helping Nevada's self-insured businesses for over 20 years. Whether your business is retail, trucking, building, agriculture, or auto, our team has the expertise to make sure your coverage meets your needs, and at a price that fits your budget. Our award-winning team keeps track of all the important regulatory issues that impact your business. We help with safety, compliance, and inspections, because that's what you should expect from a trusted business partner. Find out how to have Pro Group Management work for you. Visit our website at pgmnv.com to receive a free cost savings analysis now. That's pgmnv.com, or call our Las Vegas office at 702-740-4380. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, the Diamond Store is celebrating its second anniversary in Las Vegas with an incredible 30% off the entire store, now until Valentine's Day. The Diamond Store carries one of America's largest inventories of engagement rings, wedding bands, bracelets, necklaces, earrings, and unrivaled custom jewelry. Make this Valentine's Day one she'll never forget with dazzling diamonds from the Diamond Store, where the entire store is 30% off. Official jeweler of the Vegas Golden Knights, the Diamond Store in Boca Park next to Kona Grill.
This is JT for Grimaldi's, New York-style coal-fired brick oven pizza that you crave. 4 locations here in the Valley: Summerlin in Boca Park, on the Strip at the Palazzo, Southwest Las Vegas on South Rainbow Boulevard, and Green Valley on Southeastern Avenue.
Cofield and Company presents Grab Bag on ESPN Las Vegas.
Stick your hand in there, dude.
Tomorrow and Wednesday. Today was big football day. WNBA will get its time. Sorry, Willie, that was one of your beats. Well, it was a big deal over the weekend. You called it. Kelsey Plum would be on the move, and as it turns out, she lands in L.A. with the Sparks. I saw a whole good thread. We'll have to go through it on Wednesday, but someone had asked, like, how does this happen? I can't believe Kelsey Plum is off to the Sparks. And when I read it, I was like, good. I'm like, it's time. We got to mix up this roster a little bit. And I think Kelsey Plum needs to get out of Vegas. That's what I thought. And they need someone who's a little better defensively. She's a good player. They won multiple titles. But Jewel Lloyd, who they got back, is an amazing get considering Kelsey Plum could have just walked, right? So this is like a sign and trade type deal where you're getting something back.
She was cored, which is like putting the franchise tag.
Okay.
So she couldn't have just walked.
Okay.
So
they got something for her.
Yes, that was
good.
the goal. But
right.
I feel as if this was.
I thought last week you said unrestricted.
She was, but they.
But
can
you still have a
core
franchisee
UFA.
type thing. Okay.
Yeah, they can core the UFA. The thing is, the writing was on the wall in October, and I tweeted that October 6th. I retweeted that today, or I quote tweeted it, where in the past the core 4 had been extended pre or mid season, including Plum. Her first time she got extended, and she hadn't. And October 6th, I said, and then I added that press conference where Becky said, this roster is going to look different next year. Right. So she was the one that hadn't been extended out of the core 4. And the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
You know, it's time for the Aces to get a facelift in some way, shape, or form. And it was time for Kelsey Plum to get a fresh start somewhere. And we talked about it last week. I thought maybe Seattle, but LA does make sense. And I hadn't really thought about it. I kept saying go to Cali because she's a Cali girl to start with Natalie Nakasi in Golden State. But LA is right there to San Diego.
Well, there is a take for people who don't watch the WNBA and don't know the Aces. I saw a couple of these on a thread where they were like, ridiculous trade. They just give players to the big markets because they need the Sparks to be good. The Aces got the better player.
Yep.
So I don't know what you're talking about. Now, will it help LA? Yes. By the way, LA gave the number 2 pick to Seattle. Who's the number 2 pick? What do you think?
Well, that's what
that's a great pick, and there's some organization changing players available.
Well, and that's what's crazy is Dallas. So Dallas's star player has already requested to leave. She told us on the Zoom from Unrivaled, Satu Sabli. Where's she at? She's down in Miami with Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu. They're massaging that. So if she ends up in New York, Dallas, who has the number 1 pick, got to replace someone like Satu Sabli. Do they go after Paige Beckers? Or do they work a deal with Seattle? Because who's in Seattle? Nika Mule. That's Paige Becker's best friend from UConn. Now you got Nneka Ogwumike, Skylar Diggins-Smith. You would have Paige Beckers and Nika Mule. She's recovering from tearing up her knee. Point is, Seattle gets a great deal out of it in terms of getting the number 2 pick. The Sparks reunite De'Erica Hamby and Kelsey Plum. You got Cam Brink coming back from a knee injury. Rakea Jackson's tearing it up at Unrivaled. She had a great rookie season. And yes, overall, the Aces probably got the best of it because Jewel Lloyd has a built-in chemistry with Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, and Asia Wilson from the USA program. So it's a breath of fresh air for Jewel Lloyd, just like it's a breath of fresh air for Kelsey Plum.
Little media work going on here. I don't know why you thought it was really important to tell me who reported it first, but I saw Shams put it out and then made sure to tag Ramona Shelburne about this Plum trade. And I was thinking, okay, that sounds about right. Got to include Ramona.
Well, he tagged Alexa Philippou, Kendra Andrews, and Ramona Shelburne. So they were all working
So
on
they
it
all
from
broke the
probably
story.
different
That's
cities,
good.
different. But they didn't. They broke the
broke the story.
details. They didn't break the story.
What?
That story came out yesterday. Saturday, Annie Costabile from the Chicago Sun-Times reported that here's what was in the works: a 3-way mega trade involving Kelsey Plum to go to LA, Jewel Lloyd to come to Vegas, and particulars and assets going to Seattle. She broke the story. You know what happened? Same thing that pisses Adam Hill off all the time with other people.
Don't bring him into this.
No, I'm not dogging him.
I'm McMurphy.
Yes. She set the table
Right.
for everybody in the WNBA world to go chase it. And so what
You
they did-
set the table.
So they pick up.
Take credit. Gee, damn it.
They
You
pick
said
up-
it last Tuesday.
I did say, but I said she was going to Seattle. But so what do? They pick up the phone. Everybody's working the phone. All they did was break the details. Annie in Chicago, who I'm going to try to get on. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to be lobbying to get her on
all
because
right.
she deserves the credit. She
Good.
really does.
Bring her on.
She does deserve the credit.
Ramona?
No.
Okay.
Annie.
I'm going to tag Ramona that you're looking for someone else. It's not going to be happy. Back in the bag.
Stick your hand in there, Dave.
I could be selfish.
You are.
And mention the Jets for a second here, but I'm not going to do it.
It's your show.
It's our show. Never forget that, Willie Ramirez. Josh Allen, Joey Burrow, Lamar Jackson equals Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing. Are these poor dudes, are they not going to get anything this whole era because of the MJ of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes? Are they not going to get anything?
It's the most perfect way I could think of how to say it. What made MJ great? He kept other great guys from winning championships.
How Belichick hasn't been scooped up by the Bengals or the Bills yet? What are we doing?
If Joe Burrow,
Just amateur hour in some of these markets with these great quarterbacks, and no one's going to take him to the promised land. We got 10 seconds. Fire away. Can you do it?
if he has the defense, look out.
It's always if.
I know.
If this, if that.
No.
Mahomes gets it done. There's no ifs.
If the Jets had a coaching staff, then.
Touche. That was a little hard hitting at the end, but we'll rebound tomorrow. We're back on Tuesday. We'll see you.
The fun and shenanigans of the NFL's Pro Bowl games, live from Orlando.